Hello and welcome to your moment of self-assessment with the Fitness Alchemists. We're going to start in a quadruped position, hands and knees. This is your chance to check in with your spine. You're going to begin at your tailbone, curling your tailbone under and asking yourself, how much can I round my low back before moving up to my middle back, before moving up through my upper back, before finally letting this part of my spine between my shoulder blades and my neck join in. Pause there, take a deep breath in, see if you can get any rounder with your exhale, and then begin back down at your tailbone. Send your tailbone up to the ceiling. See how much you can arch just your low back, then your middle back. Getting a little arch in the spine between the shoulder blades. Finally letting the neck join in. Great. Keep working with this at your own pace, starting at your tail, trying to round one segment at a time, taking an inventory of your spine, and just making mental note of any parts of the spine that feel like they don't want to articulate. When you get fully round, start back again at the tail, sending your tailbone up to the ceiling, working your way up your back from tail towards head as best you can, moving one segment or one vertebra at a time. Take one more full inventory in each direction, seeing if you can get a little bit more specific on this last round. Make sure you're still breathing. Taking your time, finishing that last pass. Really nice work.
All right, now we're gonna move to explore the hip range of motion. To do this exercise, we're gonna ask that you come down into a side-lying position. You can lay down on your bottom arm or throw a pillow or a yoga block under there. Whatever helps you get comfortable so that you can focus your efforts on not moving your torso and only moving your top hip. All right, so create a little bit of brace in your body with that top hand pressure into the floor. Feel your abdomen respond and strive to maintain that effort as we move the hip through its range of motion. Go ahead, begin the hip car by driving your top leg behind you and really asking the question, how far can I reach my leg behind me without my spine jumping in on the action? When you find that end range, begin to lift your shin to the ceiling and explore how high you can lift your shin. At some point, you will need to start bringing your thigh forward to complete the circle, and you're going to sweep to the very edge in front of your belly button, and finally bringing it back to where you started. Pause here and check if your spine and abdomen area is still on tension. Not going to move as we go the other way. Knee to chest, exploring how far you are able to flex your hip. Then begin moving your shin to the ceiling. Keep that height with your knee as you begin to reach your heel behind you. And notice how your thigh has to rotate to find that reach behind. As you finish out reaching, start to let your knee drop down and forward until you get back to knee. Let's do a couple more. Keeping your brace, ask the question of how far you can reach back with your leg. Smoothly connect that to the question of how high you can lift your shin to the ceiling. Begin exploring how much you can bring your knee toward your armpit, towards your sternum bone, and finally towards your bottom knee. Pause, brace, and reverse course. All the way around as you complete this arc. Go slowly enough that you can notice any new sensations that might present themselves. What muscles do you feel contracting to reach your leg behind you? How about what muscles in your inner thigh do you feel activating to reach towards your bottom knee? As you continue for your final rep, now notice what muscles are stretched or pulled long as you reach behind you. What muscles are contracting in the side of your hip as you reach to the ceiling? What do you feel at the front of your hip crease as your knee travels in front of your belly button? All of these questions and many more are fair game as you move through your final hip car. Moving nice and smoothly, finishing up your final rep. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Again, find a comfortable setup. Take a moment to brace your midsection by pressing your top hand into the floor, and then begin your hip car by driving your top heel behind you. When you can't reach any further, begin to lift your shin to the ceiling. Let that lift to the ceiling smoothly connect to a reach of your thigh towards your stomach. As you finish that reach, start to bring your knee towards your bottom knee. Pause there and reverse course. As your knee comes towards your chest, check in on your spine. Do you feel any motion in your spine? Or do you only feel motion in your hip bone? Continue reaching that heel behind you before reaching your knee down and finishing where you started. Let's do 2 more reps. Reach back behind you. Lift your shin to the ceiling. Explore how high you can keep the knee as you begin bringing the thigh bone forward and down. Check in on your brace. Are you still breathing while maintaining an abdominal brace? Reach knee up, back, exploring your greatest range of motion all the way behind you, down toward the floor, and finally to your bottom knee. For this final rep, return to the questioning of your first car today. Try to go slowly enough to consider each of these positions individually. Can I reach my thigh towards my belly any further? Can I keep my spine any more still? Can I reach my shin to the ceiling any higher? Can I access any new sensation in the back of my hip and thigh as I reach my heel behind me? Very nice.
Next, we're going to check in with our shoulders. You can come to standing or tall kneeling, whatever is comfortable for you. Take a moment to create some tension through your midsection so that you're going to keep everything quiet except that shoulder joint. With a nice straight elbow, raise your arm to chest height and then begin to ask, how far across my body can I pull my pinky finger? Once you've answered that for yourself, start to ask, how close can I bring my arm by my ear? Finding that sticking point there. Start to roll your bicep away from your face and then begin to explore the question, how far behind me can I reach? Without my t-shirt logo taking a peek in the direction of my moving arm. All the way down until you arrive with your hand by your hip. Pause there and rewind. How far back can I take my thumb? Where's my sticking point? When you find it, unwind your rotation and start to carve back up towards the ear. How close can I bring my straight arm by my ear? As you pass that ear, how much can I pull the pinky finger across my chest? Let's do that again, same. Connecting all those dots I described in the first round with a smooth circle. How smoothly can you move? Thinking about having a 1 mile per hour pace 100% of the time. Breathing, feeling, noticing what you feel. Good. One more time on this side. How far across? How close to my ear? How much rotation can I get? How far behind me can I reach? Keeping my chest open, my t-shirt logo looking straight ahead. Pausing at the hip. How far back can I reach, taking my thumb behind me? Unwinding rotation where you find that sticky spot. Reaching back and up, passing that ear point, and pulling the pinky across the chest. Beautiful. Same thing on the other side. Once again, take a moment to create a little brace through your midsection so you can be sure you're listening and gathering information about your shoulder and nothing else. Raise that arm to chest height. How far across can you pull your pinky? How close can you sweep up towards your ear? When you find that sticking point, pause and start to rotate. How much can I twist my bicep away from my ear? And then how far behind me can I reach? Coming all the way down until the hand is near the hip. Great. Reverse from there. How far back can I take my thumb? Where's my sticking point? When you find it, pause, unwind your rotation of the arm, and then continue that large circle up towards the ear. Reaching, searching. Where is the edge of your smooth, controlled, good feeling range of motion? Go again. Cut across towards the ear. Rotate. Reaching behind you. Check in. Are you moving at your 1 mile per hour pace? You don't need to match what Will's doing in the video. It's most important that you're finding a smooth cadence for you, not speeding up and slowing down, but really searching for the edges of what your shoulder is capable of without anything else contributing. You've got one more to do. Breathing in there somewhere. As you go through this last one, just ask yourself, can I reach a millimeter further in every single direction? And can I smooth out any patches that feel rough? Committing to that 1 mile per hour pace. Very nice. Thanks for taking the time to check in with yourself. Now is your moment to get out your journal and jot down some observations from today's sessions, remembering that the real value of this self-assessment practice is going to be the accumulated observations that you keep over time. Have fun discovering your gold.